Hi guys, it's me, Trevor from Trevor Rocks, and I'm in Indiana right now because we're doing it for Thanksgiving break. We're gonna be going to like my cousins and like granny and never mind house. We're gonna go there later, but we're staying at this hotel for a bit since our cousins are at school today and yesterday, so they're gonna be out of school tomorrow, which is Thanksgiving, and that's when we're gonna go. Anyway, it's time for the main topic of this video. My thoughts on the new Diary of Wimpy Kid book, no brainer. So the book just has a ton of stories. So there isn't really that much of a main idea. Some people like that, some people don't. I don't really care because I like the series, and this is what it says on the back. It has the picture, and it says, "Up until now, middle school hasn't exactly been a joyride for Greg Heffley. So when the town threatens to close the crumbling building, he's not too broken up about it. But when Greg realizes this means he's going to be sent to a different school than his best friend Raleigh Jefferson, he changes his tune. Can Greg and his classmates save their school before it's shuttered for good, or is this the start of a whole new chapter for Greg?" That's what it says on the back, and then it has all the Diary of Wimpy Kid books. It just starts with some random stuff. Greg talks about the human brain and some stuff, and talks about why school was invented in the first place. And there's a lot of stuff, so I can't really talk about a main idea like I said before, but one of the main ideas is that the school is trying to save money, so they are doing a lot of stuff. In fact, the school did a lot of stuff to save money because they did bad on the standardized test. They didn't do good at it, so their standardized test scores were the worst in the state. Right here, it says test scores plummet, no scores performance nosedives. So the school tries all these things to try and save money because they get the most money taken away because they sucked at the test. So now they get 19 staples, 6 paper clips, and 4 glue stick wipes. But before, they used to take whatever they needed, but no more. But that's no more. And now, teachers only get 1 worker per week. Whenever something breaks in the classroom, they don't bother to fix it. And they even turned off the heat after lunch. They started cutting it off because they're trying to save money. And they shut off the lights in the ceiling. They canceled they canceled their contract with the exterminator, so now they have to deal with these. So now they have to deal with all types of insects and honeybees, which is insane. And there's a lot of other stuff, like there's actually a high flyers club because they tried to get kids to do better they tried to get kids to do better on the test. So the high flyers club is where you get all sorts of benefits for doing all, like you get better seating, you actually get food and drinks, like a snack. But something that everyone likes here is fudge dogs. It happened by accident. This cafeteria lady named Miss Posner was dumping the tofu dogs in the trash because nobody liked them. But one of them landed into hot fudge that was being mixed for that day's ice cream sundae bar. She got curious, took a bite, realized she invented a whole new food type. But Principal Bottoms, he decided to cancel it because they hired some company to figure out why the test scores had fallen so bad, and their answer was that fudge dogs had to be at least some part of it, because a lot of kids had to go to the nurse. But and there's also some other stuff. There's a comic that everyone likes called Commando Crocodile. And the school changes their name just to make money, because now they're trying to make money because saving money wasn't enough. And then we finally get to everything that everyone thought was the main idea, where it says right here, where the school is threatening to close down because of how bad they do on the standardized test. Gotta get to that page. Yeah. So basically, middle school to close if scores don't improve on the standardized test. And they find out that there's Slakesville, which is they either get sent to the Slakesville Middle School, which is their town's biggest rival, nobody wants to go there, or Folsom Tech, which everyone wants to go because you get a lot of benefits, just like the snooze chamber. Also, the thing is, there's a lot of stuff, and Greg Heffley finds out that he's going to be sent to Folsom Tech, but his best friend, Raleigh Jefferson, won't, which is bad. So now Greg tries to do his best on the standardized test, but the worst part is that during the test, some bees got in there. So yeah, so that ended up costing them the test. So it ended. But earlier, someone changed themselves from being on the list, which meant the whole list flipped around. Everyone who's had to go to Slakesville is going to Folsom Tech. Everyone who's going to Folsom Tech is going to Slakesville. So Greg Heffley is going to Slakesville. And now here comes the part that Greg Heffley thinks sucks. Greg Heffley, but everyone finds out that Greg is actually the smartest kid there, because there's not a lot of educational value, because not everything is the way that it was usually. They're literally covering how to spell octagon, studying on the shapes. Are you kidding me? But Greg Heffley becomes the smartest because he knows how to read time. And Greg invents fudge dogs at his new school. And then he gets a girl, which is basically what he wants. Every book he has to at least mention one thing about a girl, but so then they decide to literally go on a date, which is crazy. But Larry Mack Jr., which is another part of Larry Mack about the school and stuff, and he's really famous about a car dealership. So Greg ends up finding out that Sophie's dad ends up being Larry Mack Jr. And even when they go in the movie theater, he follows them in. When they go to a place that sells milkshakes and burgers, he follows them in there too. But Greg Heffley finds his old Leighton teacher. But the thing is, he didn't know Leighton at all, so he got fired because he didn't actually know Leighton, so he made up a not even real language. But since he's been teaching it, Greg knows how to speak it. So he places his order. It's crazy. Greg thinks he is going to do all that, but then Larry Mack Jr. decided the reason that he was such a bright kid was because of the education he received. So he paid a lot of money to reopen the school. But even though it cost him a lot of money, he quickly got his money back because they found money hidden in the walls from Larry Mack. And then everyone had to come back, and not everyone was too happy about that. So So Greg ends up being the worst kid, ends up being the most hated. And then Sixable says that they own the fudge dog, and the school can't sell it anymore. And then they try to get Principal Bottoms to come back, but he won't, so then they hire the cleaning machine. And that's basically the whole book, but this is my thoughts on it. I think the book is rated, I think it's good. Not amazing, but it's good. So those are my thoughts. I just think there's a lot of stories. It just has not a lot of crazy stuff. Not the best, but still good. So that is it for this video of Trevor Rocks. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to drop a like or subscribe if you haven't already. And bye.